the facility. Those the nearest exits to the front and rear of the gymnasium. We do have exits outside on both sides. Your safety and the safety and security of our school and community is the highest priority. In a case of an emergency, we will use this PA system to give you the announcements and directions. So let's get to why we are here today. Our students have been waiting and wondering all week. It's been very secretive. But on behalf of the Olathe Public School Superintendent John Allison, the Olathe North staff, students, and community, we welcome you to Olathe North High School for the 37th Annual Thomas A. Simoni Awards. We are honored to welcome Anthony Simoni and his family back to Olathe North for this amazing event. Next, I would like to congratulate all the coaches, the athletes, all of those that are in attendance today for an amazing high school football season and amazing careers. You are all to be commended on your hard work and perseverance through the 2019 football season. Can we give them a round of applause, please? At this time, I'd like to make a few introductions representing the Olathe School District. Dr. Jim McMullen, Assistant Superintendent of High Schools. Jim, Mr. Tim Brady, Olathe School District Activities Director. Travis Kalangi, Executive Director of Facilities and Operations. Brian McGarry, who's representing the Olathe School Board. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Coach Chris McCartney, head football coach of Olathe North High School. Please join me in welcoming the MC for today's ceremony, and if you know him because you see him in class quite often, and a long-time Kansas City area personality, Mr. Dave Stewart.
Good morning. Can you hear me now? How about this? Okay, the first part of that was finals begin this afternoon. So we didn't hear that part. That's official. Good morning. This is kind of a weird moment for me. Most of the kids in here are used to seeing me in sweats with a whistle yelling at you in freshman PE. That'll be tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Not today. I'm a different guy here today. Coach McCartney's advisory class is supposed to be up there. Are you there? How many of you are there? Yeah. Jermaine is sitting with the juniors because she can do that because Coach McCartney doesn't pay attention. And with that, welcome to the Simoni Awards for 2019. Today we recognize the very best in high school football. And it's about time we got back here to Olathe North. It has been a while. Before we do a history lesson like Mr. Oxley's freshman class, we're going to continue a tradition that started just last year with our Parade of Champions. This is a chance to start our ceremony with visual inspection of the players who were voted in by all the coaches in the metropolitan area and a media panel putting them in exclusive company. We begin with the All-Simoni team, which recognizes the top players at every position, Kansas and Missouri combined, fellas. You can start to make your way into the gym. And you're talking about a 100-mile circle. And these are the very best players. You guys can wave when you hear your name. All the girls that want to follow you on Instagram, this is their chance to take notes. We're not missing something that's in your class. That's not doing. Luke Grimm, senior wide receiver running back, Raymore Peculiar. Daniel Jackson, senior wide receiver, Bishop Age. Senior wide receiver, Raytown. Senior wide receiver, Shawnee Northwest. And the quarterfinals for the Bobby Bell Award, Jermaine Hamilton Jordan, junior Max Van Meter, senior defensive lineman, Bishop Age. Derek Watson, senior Black County. Senior defensive lineman, Odessa. Now welcome the Buck Buchanan Award finalists, Tucker Atwood, senior linebacker, Rockhurst. Hayden Grant, senior linebacker, Staley. Ethan Claver, junior defensive line, offensive line, Will Valley. And Johnny Wilson, senior defensive lineman, Park Hill High School. Here are the finalists for the Frank Fontana Award. We have 5, 1 for the Thunder against the tie in our balloting. Howard Brown, junior quarterback. Peter Cunningham, senior quarterback, Combination. Bryce Cromer, senior running back, linebacker, Bonner Springs. Josie Martin, senior quarterback, Odessa. Chris Frankie, quarterback, Black County, he's a junior. Plus, 3 finalists for the Thomas A. Simoni Award. Luke Graham, senior wide receiver and running back. Jake Van Dyne, senior quarterback, Olathe North. And Jack Young, junior running back, St. Thomas Aquinas. Please give our Simoni team the finalists and our Olathe North welcome here this morning. This year, and thought it might be fun to start with the winner. Why not? We always hide him, we drive him around town, coaches take him to breakfast. I introduced his dad here as the first Olathe North Simoni winner years ago. He was the original all-purpose running back, 1,700 yards rushing as a senior, more than 3,000 in his career, 50 touchdowns. He won 2 Canadian Football League championships. 14th all-time in CFL receiving yards, number 5 in career touchdowns, Carlin Bruce III. Father-son combo. It's never happened before. The first father-son combination ever in this. Both recognized as the most outstanding high school player in the Metro. Our 37th Simoni Award winner, Carlin Bruce III.
Thank you, God, for allowing us all to be here and survive safe and healthy. I want to thank my beautiful mother for raising me to the brothers and just giving us a chance to be the great young men and athletes that we are. I want to thank the coaches that put in countless hours here, and we started 5 days after school and preparing for our season. Every day of the week, countless hours. They're here more than at home with their families. So I just want to thank them for that. Give a shout out, I want to thank my team, and most of all, my O-line. Love you guys. Mario Schneider, Jorge Gallegos, Parker Lane, Andrew Dunning, Brandon Pena, Gage Ebert, Zach Price. Love you all, man. Thank you for everything y'all do for me. I don't know. Just thank you for all that you've done for me, man. This isn't just my work, this is all of ours, so we're gonna share this together. Love y'all, man.
Hey, we know the coach of breakfast, you did breakfast, did he order the kids meal? Have you ever started seeing real pants before and actually require a big boy belt? Thanks. Coach, stand up. I mean, this is like a historic day for you. Stand up. But the guy on the team that always gets the most respect is the senior quarterback. Caleb Nelson, whatever he tells, and all the team guys are over here, right? You see all the red, you see it red. If Caleb were to come out here and ask his teammates to park the Red Sea, I'm wondering if he could do that. Because did you know a record 7 Olathe won the Simoni Award more than any other school in the metro? It's a true story. Our history lesson today is always this: the real reason why we do this every year, remembering a life that ended before high school at age 12, and yet his message lives on. There's a couple of screens so you can watch our video. This is the story of Tommy Simoni.
You know, Tommy and I got to be friends early on through baseball, football, basketball, playing all sports together. He was one of those guys that at a very early age you could tell, as I look back, I had a real positive influence on him.
He was my big brother. We did everything together.
He was that guy that you could lean on as a teammate, made you feel good about yourself, lifted people up.
He was a loving, caring young man.
He was big for his age, but he wouldn't let his fellow classmates, kids that were not as fortunate or not as popular.
He was kind of wise beyond his years, I would have to say.
All of us probably later on, as we became more athletic and got older and started learning leadership qualities, it's kind of funny to look back, and Tommy had those at 10, 11 years old. And so he was a really special guy, somebody that I miss a lot.
That day, was the day that changed my life.
Anthony Simoni was writing some checks when his son told him he was going next door to the drugstore. But the pharmacy was closed, so Tommy had to cross the street to a grocery store.
I heard a screech and glass breakings and just sounded like an accident. And I jumped straight up and ran outside, and I saw him laying at the street.
You know, just starting younger, we were thinking, oh, he has a broken leg, you know, something to that extent. That's kind of what our conversation was, driving down to the hospital. And it was the moment that we walked in. my mom saw my dad's face, and she just fell to the floor.
This is your first game, son. I hope you win. I hope you win for your sake, not mine. Because winning is nice. It's a good feeling. Like the whole world, it's yours. But it passes this evening. And what lasts is what you learn. And what you learn about is life. That's what sports is all about. Life.
I think it was the spirit, and I can't say at the time I thought that it was important, other than to keep his name alive, the spirit alive.
You know, I still get emotional when I think about it. I look back and I remember, you know, when I was sitting up there getting my award and thinking, wow, you know, I mean, he was so proud. And then I remember looking at Anthony and Edie, and you know, there were tears in their eyes for different reasons, you know. I mean, there was joy and then there was sadness, you know, because, you know, I was representing their family, I was representing their son.
Young, any dream I could ever have about where it has grown to, and it's all because of Tommy's spirit again, and our friends and people that see what the award is about and take it to heart.
I get chills right now just thinking about it. Knowing Anthony and knowing Tommy, I'm not surprised that his memory has developed this into this. I'm not surprised that the type of person he was could have led to something like this. To see these great athletes and how, you know, this is what they strive for. This is what, you know, at the beginning of the year, that, you know, they want to win this Simoni. I mean, it's like the Heisman Trophy for college players. I mean, they want to win this award. And I don't think until they win it and they get to the ceremony, they realize the importance of what it really is. 1, if 5, if 50 of them listen to this and understand the mantra of love, courage, friendship, champions, then I think that's fantastic. And I think he has a positive impact on a lot of young people even today.
As I sit back now and just see what it's become, it is such an honor that people hold that in the high regard, because to us, we look at this is the way we can carry on my brother's name.
There's two people that we're really missing this year. Walter White was always here. One of the founding fathers, the chief ambassadors, the community arm of that organization. Walter brought a smile to every room. He had this fast forward walk. He was always going somewhere on a mission. He was taken earlier this year by pancreatic cancer. 5 years he played with the Chiefs as a tight end. He was in the year 1975. Ray Moss was the Nigro winner. He award long before the Simoni. In fact, he won the Nigro in 1944, 75 years ago. Last year he brought his Nigro trophy. You see the Simoni trophy is gigantic. Ray's trophy was about this big. He was so happy. He died at the age of 90. Please join me now for a moment of silence. Thank you. It's my pleasure now to bring up Tommy's brother, Anthony Simoni, Jr. We call him. Dave Stewart has been doing this for 26 years, so we're on his home turf today, so let's give him a big round of applause. I'm going to do my best. I've never had to give this speech directly after watching the video, but I'm going to do my best to get through it. First, I'd like to thank everybody in Olathe North. This is our 7th time here. We've been here more than anywhere else, and I can tell you this, you guys do a top-notch job, and you guys have raised that bar again, so thank you, Olathe North, for hosting this great event. I'd like to congratulate all of our nominees. Just to be mentioned, if you're sitting back here, just to be mentioned, whether you win an award or not, if you're here just for the All-Simoni team, if you're here for a finalist and you don't win, just to be mentioned, your name with all these other players is an honor. Congratulations to you all. I know it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to get to this point, so congratulations to all of you. I have not had the opportunity to meet him yet, but I have had the opportunity to sit and talk and meet those that he interacts with every single day. And I'm very excited for him to be our winner. We're honored on behalf of our entire family. And it's not just because he's a great athlete. We all know that. You know, he might have had 200 touchdowns, 6,000 yards, whatever it is. He's an awesome athlete. But what I'm most excited about is what everybody tells me about his personality, what everybody tells me what kind of young man he is off the field, because that's what this award is about. That's the message I'm going to deliver. So I am honored on behalf of the entire Simoni family and our board. I want to congratulate you, and I also want to, just like I did your mom the other day, I want to welcome you to our family. Take the next few minutes to talk a little bit about Tommy and let you know why we're here. As you guys saw in the video, Tommy died at the age of 12. He was only 12 years old. But in his short 12 years on this earth, he left an undeniable legacy. It's a legacy that has carried us 37 years to this point today. And that legacy is more than the legacy that he left on the field. We're not here because he was a great football player, or because he was a great basketball player or baseball player. He was, but that's not why we're here. We're here because of the young man he was off the field, the legacy that he left behind. And what I'm ask all of you to do when you get an opportunity, this trophy is going to stay here all year long at Olathe North. It might be put up in your trophy case. Go by and look at it. Look at the picture of Tommy on there. Get to know Tommy. This picture's up on the screen right now. Get to know him. There's 4 words inscribed on this trophy, and those are the 4 words that I want to talk to you about today. This was Tommy's mantra. There's 4 words: love, friendship, courage, champions. Tommy woke up every morning. He lived every day with a full heart. He loved everything. He loved life. He loved God. He loved his family. But most importantly, Tommy loved when it was hard to love. He loved people that were hard to love. Friendship. Tommy was the best of friends. He was a true, loyal friend to everybody. It didn't matter if you were his teammate or his opponent. He was a friend. But most importantly, he was a friend to those that needed a friend. He was a friend to those that didn't have friends. Some of my favorite stories of Tommy are stories of him not only would he take up for them and not let them get bullied, but he would become their friend because he knew they needed a friend. That brings me to my next word: courage. Tommy lived every single day of his life with courage. Tommy had the courage to choose to do the right thing when it was easy to do the wrong thing. Tommy had the courage to be a friend to those that needed a friend, even when it was hard. Tommy had the courage to love those that needed his love, even when it was hard. So what happens when you put those 3 words together, like Tommy did? He lived his life with love, friendship, and courage. And because of that, he was a champion. So what I'm going to do today, much like me, Tommy died before I was born. So I have not had the opportunity to meet my brother Tommy. Just like much of us in the audience today, we haven't met him. But he has impacted my life in an amazing way. I would not be the man I am today, the father I am today, without and his stories, his legacy that he left. So what I want to do today before I wrap this up, I want to challenge everybody here. Everybody in this room. I don't care if you're a freshman. I don't care if you're a 6-year-old boy sitting here in the front row, or an 8-year-old boy. I would like to challenge everybody here. There's a number that we correlate with Tom. It's on everything we do. It's the number 73. It's his jersey number that he wore in football. It's on our logo. It's in everything we do. It's in my heart. But I want to challenge everybody here today. When you see that number in your everyday life, when that number 73 pops up, if you're driving into school, you're driving into work, and it's 73 degrees outside, or if you score 73 points in a basketball game, I want you to think of Tommy. I want you to think of this moment. Then I challenge you to ask yourself at that moment, am I being a champion today? That's my challenge to everybody in this room. And I know if we all commit to that, we're going to be better people. This is going to be a better school, a better community, and I know it's going to be a better world for it. Thank you all for your time. Now go out there and be a champion. So I was thinking about what to wear today, and well, I have to wear the North red shirt, right? Obviously. I saw the best shoes of a non-Olathe North player here today. Dante, man, could you come forward, please? If he might transfer him, I don't know. But if you can put your shoe on the edge of the table, or take it off. I want you to be athletic. I mean, this is Wizard of Ozville. I mean, More North football Simoni trivia. 1997. This Eagles quarterback led North to their second consecutive state title, an undefeated team, nearly 1,000 yards rushing, 1,500 passing, 16 total TDs. He also had 8 interceptions on defense. After starting at quarterback 1 year at Mid-American Nazarene in Olathe, he joined the military. He joined the Marine officer, simplified, Josh Brewer, on a secret mission somewhere. Should be very proud. Not alone. Starting in 2000, 3 Olathe North running backs in a row won the Simoni. 2001, Maurice Mack ran for more than 2,000 yards as a senior, 24 touchdowns, 3 for 3 passing, 3 touchdowns. He played linebacker at Kansas State. Until now, the late James Franklin, the most recent Eagle to win the Simoni. In 2009, he ran for 2,800 yards, a school record, 31 touchdowns, also a record, on an undefeated state title team. 340 yards in a game was a record. Career rushing record, James Franklin. His family is here. Mom, Angie Hoffman, if you would please stand up and be recognized. The Otis Taylor Award has just been around for 12 years, and it may be my favorite that's tied to a former Chiefs player. It's the only jersey I ever had. OG was the best. He was one of the original Super Bowl Chiefs, actually won one 50 years ago, this coming January. When Taylor retired, he held team records for receiving yards, touchdowns, 100-yard games. Our 2017 winner, and Simoni winner, Ronnie Bell, a star wide receiver at Michigan, 9 catches this year for 150 yards in a game with Michigan State, 3 touchdowns against Indiana. 2013 winner, Monte Harrison, invited to last summer's Baseball All-Star Futures Game. One of our Chiefs ambassadors will present this year's award. Billy Bob Moss, if you would please come forward. Now our finalists for the Otis Taylor Award in alphabetical order. He's headed to the University of Kansas after catching 10 touchdown passes as a senior. He's also a finalist for the Simoni Award. Luke Grimm, Wide receiver, running back, and way back, his head coach is Tom Cruz, who's retiring after 20 years of 3 state titles. Bishop to win another Kansas 4A championship. He'll play college football at Minnesota. Also will be Daniel Jackson, senior wide receiver, Bishop EA. Stags head coach, John Holmes. He was first in the LC Women Blue Conference and Missouri State recruit. 57 catches, over 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns. The key ingredient on a 9-win team, Levante Key, senior wide receiver at Raytown High School head coach Logan Lee. Shawnee Mission Northwest going to jump to 7 wins this year with this receiver as a difference maker. 72 receptions, 1,500 yards, 19 scores, over 2,000 all-purpose yards. 4O student Ty Lindenman, senior wide receiver for the Cougars. His head coach is Bo Black. And the winner of the 2019 Otis Taylor Award from Bishop EA, senior Daniel Jackson. For the 6th consecutive year. It was 49-0 at halftime of the title game, 68 points, the second most scored in a championship game. That day, Daniel had 11 catches for 173 yards and a couple of TDs for the season, 74 receptions, over 1,500 yards for the record, 27 scores. Sports in Kansas 4A Offensive Player of the Year. Daniel, over in our interview area, was Sports Director Rick Schaefer from
Thank you, Dave. Congratulations. Love the tux, by the way. So thank you. Nice job. David Jackson, everyone. 27 touchdown catches this year. That's a lot of teams don't have that many touchdowns in the season.
Yeah, it's a special. I have a great QB that can deliver the ball to me, so he doesn't make it too hard.
Were you just yelling at Dorsey in the huddle every time whenever you got close?
No, he knows pretty much what to do. I mean, if you get the ball, I know this is a few touchdowns.
You have a lot of playmakers on that offense. You're going to Minnesota. Why are you going to be a Golden Gopher?
Coach Fleck, he's a great coach. All the whole staff is very genuine. I really love the city of Minneapolis. I mean, if you ever been, we've got all types of stuff that you can do there. I mean, I like the way they run their offense. It's just a great community for them.
All right, how many rings do you have?
I got a total of 5, but 4 for football and 1 for basketball.
So still maybe some more to come then, huh?
Oh yeah, maybe more to come.
All right, 1 for the thumb. Hey, congratulations, Daniel Jackson, the 2019 Otis Taylor Award winner.
The Simoni Foundation will present a $1,500 check to the athletic departments of all the schools for the award winners today. What normally happens with the Bobby Bell Award, which goes to the top line and linebacker in small classes, like before, Bobby shows up, hides in the back, and you never know he's here until it's too late to recognize him. All right, now? I saw you before. Go ahead and make your way on out. He was considered the NFL's best outside linebacker ever. 6'4", 220, 28-inch waist. He ran a 4.4. 220, and he's running a 4.4. He promised his dad that he would graduate from college. It took him an extra 50 years, but he did it. He was outside, right on time. With that, he got to the University of Minnesota. For football Hall of Famer Bobby Bell is here to present his own award as it should be, with these 4 Bell winners. The first one from 2000, Brian Keckner of Black County, is here today. 2001 winner, Charlie Simoni. 2002, Anthony Simoni. Bell will come up and help us with our presentation. The 2012 Bell winner, unable to be here because he's busy with the Dallas Cowboys, 51 career starts with Dallas, counting all 13 games this year. We're so proud of Willie Collins, who played at Center High School. Now the finals of the 20th annual Bobby Bell Award. Last year, he was voted the best defensive player in the Interscholastic League. As a junior, 149 tackles, 18 for loss, and 5 sacks. He also scored 2 defensive touchdowns. Jermaine Hamilton Jordan, junior. This season for Bishop Yates made 75 tackles from the defensive line, 8.5 sacks, 22.5 tackles for loss for the 11-win Stags. Max Van Meter. He led all Bell finalists with 16 sacks, 18 tackles for loss, helping his Pirates to the Class 4 title game. Garrett Watson, senior linebacker, Black County at 34. This defensive end from Odessa, 7 tackles, 42 solos, 15 TFLs, 6 sacks, 14 quarterback pressures, 3 forced fumbles. Colby Wilson, senior, Odessa. And now the winner, 20th annual Bobby Bell Award. Back to where it all began, our 3rd Bell winner from Black County, senior linebacker Garrett Watson. Defensive Player of the Year in the Suburban Blues, 79 as Black County won 11 games and reached the finals, falling to a 12-time champion. Watson, award number 42. His GPA is 3.3 in shape. Very envious of him in the classroom. As our Bell winner makes his wedding, we'll be met.
All right, congratulations, Garrett Watson, senior linebacker, Black County. You had 16 sacks this year. You're saying that wasn't quite your goal. What was it?
17.5 to beat the school record.
Is this a good consolation prize, though?
Yeah.
Congratulations. What does it take to chase down 16 sacks?
You have to have a solid interior line to keep him pressure on you, keep him going outside, and just my name was Speed kills, so just get him out there.
Speed kills quarterbacks, by the way. It's what it means. Nice job. Congratulations to the line as well. What was it like describe this year for Black County getting all the way to the state championship game?
It was an amazing ride. All of our seniors came together after a few losses in the regular season. Like before we went to district play, we all came together as a team and had a get together and like a team meeting, and we just kept rolling from there.
Congratulations. Garrett Watson, senior linebacker, Black County.
It's been 9 years since Nathan Stiles collapsed on the football field during Street Hill's final game in 2010. After scoring his second touchdown in the first half, with bleeding on the brain, Nathan died 3 days before his 18th birthday. Nathan's parents were devastated, didn't know how to move forward, but they did so with courage. Understanding the best way to get past the grief was to pay Nathan's faith forward. They shared stories about his release and continued to make Bibles available through the Nathan Project, helping those who need one receive one until they wear it out. Like Nathan did, his tattered Bible always open on the edge of the basement table because he's been reading. The Nathan Project's given out 31,000 Bibles so far. They've ordered 6,000 more. Please welcome his family, Mom and Dad, Ron and Connie Stiles. 2014 recipient of the Nathan Stiles Inspiration Award is also here. He needed emergency brain surgery after collapsing during an Olathe East game. His recovery's been built on faith, hard work, and love. And Patrick Mahomes touchdowns. He does one chin-up for every score, and that's why, ladies, he is ripped. If we could hit him with Dante Manning in the shoes, we would have quite a combination. The cameras would explode. His mom and dad, Susan and Patrick, also here with James McGinnis, who has this year's Stiles Inspiration Award introduction. Give us a second.
In my own recovery journey, I have met many individuals who have had to battle back from a life-threatening illness or injury. These are the strongest individuals you will ever meet because of their mental toughness. They fight when people around them say it is impossible. I like to share the message to love one another because unlike me, many have no outward sign that they are battling something or for a comeback. Today's recipient is one of the strongest individuals you will ever meet. When he was in the 8th grade, he suffered a concussion that kept him out for 3 games. His freshman year, a knee injury sidelined him for the season. After overcoming these injuries, he was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, the same cancer former Chief Eric Berry beat in 2015. He believed, along with his coaches and teammates, that he would beat cancer and return to football. While he missed the school's run to a first ever state championship, last year he was given a clean bill of health, earned all conference honors, and helped North to return to the title game. This year, as a senior defensive lineman, he was again recognized by the EKO with honorable mention. All league honors since coach says he's always doing things the right way. He is a great student, a great football player, great teammate, but all that fails in comparison to how great of a person he is. Simply put, he is one of those kids that makes everyone around them better. He doesn't know how to fail. Please join me in congratulating the original DA of Blue Valley North Mustangs, Brock Anderson.
Thank you, James. Rock and roll, man. Good story. Football career is something here. I mean, this had been a dream a couple of years ago. Did you ever imagine? Can you bounce back?
Yeah, it was really expensive.
Yeah. Came back and played, not only played, you're all EKL, man. That's the best thing in Kansas. You came back and scarred as well. How'd you get through it all?
Just I support my family, coaches.
Well done. An amazing story, an amazing ride, and an amazing win. Congratulations, Brock Anderson, in the style sport.
Buchanan Memorial Award, presented by the Chiefs Ambassador. Goes to best linebacker of the two biggest classes, Kansas and Missouri combined. Cannon is presented by the Chiefs Ambassador. So if we could get all the ambassadors in the house, make their way forward. I said we could get all the ambassadors to come forward. If you would applaud for them, clap. Special guests every year that come and support the Simoni Award and high school athletes all over the city, and it's great to see these guys in attendance here this morning. Let's now meet the four Buchanan finals. In all the years of Rockers football, he ended up with the fourth most tackles in his single season with 144, plus 4 sacks. 264 tackles in a 2-year span. Here's Hawkwood senior linebacker Tucker Atwood, head coach Tony Simoni. Another senior linebacker made it to the Final Four as the Suburban Red Defensive Player of the Year with 104 tackles, 14 TFLs, 4 sacks, back-to-back 100 tackle seasons from Staley. Hayden Gray, head coach. He played both ways on offense and defense. He celebrated a 5A state title as a force up front. 61 tackles, 15 tackles for loss, 9.5 sacks from Mill Valley. Ethan Kramer, head coach Joel Appleton. Collins was the defensive player of the year in the Suburban Gold, winning 8 games his senior year at Park Hill. He's King Bravo on Twitter, and an Iowa State commit. Johnny Wilson, head coach. And the winner of the 28th annual Buck Buchanan Award, presented by the Chiefs Ambassador, going to the best big school linebacker. Senior defensive lineman Johnny Wilson. Shieldhouse's Simoni winner is a junior in 2007. Johnny made 97 tackles this year, 44 for loss, 6'3", 250. Nick Schaefer will be calling him Sir or Mr. Wilson. Good Cyclone colors.
I'll call him Sir. King Bravo, too? Hi, King? Okay, explain that one.
Well,
It's fine, we're just broadcasting on the internet. It's fine.
it's a long story. It's like 6th grade.
Okay.
Volleyball.
Sure?
Calls himself a king.
Yes.
I just stole it.
You stole from LeBron. Okay. That's all. 44 tackles for loss this season? Were you lining up like offsides every play? How do you do that?
I just go out and make plays.
Is that, aggressive? Is that how you describe your play?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Very nice. We're in the colors. Why again you go to Iowa State?
The coaches, the staff is really genuine. Coach Campbell knows what he's doing. Coach Rashid, the defensive line coach, I can really see myself with the best successful. They run the same defense as part of this, so it's good to hear.
Yeah, dominating defense as well, Park. But congratulations, Johnny Wilson, senior defensive.
We have a very special coach in the house this morning. He won 6 state titles in a 7-year span at Olathe North, starting with an incredible run in 1996. Once recognized as Sporting News National Coach of the Year. Please welcome home Gene Weir. Coach, if you would stand to be recognized as we let Caleb and the boys give you a special greeting back. Two special coaches. He's the only coach in Missouri high school history to win state titles at 3 different schools, starting at Boonville, his alma mater, Kearney twice, second team undefeated, and this year at Odessa. Here's Mark Thomas, coach. Please rise and shine. There you go. Okay, 3 special coaches. This year his Stags did it again, coming out of a rugged KL, winning a 6th consecutive state title in Kansas Class 4A, 68 points, 584 total yards of offense in the finals, 403 passing. John Holmes, coach, please stand. Tom Delaney, our 4 nominees for the year, Driscoll, by the back-to-back AFC West champion Kansas City Chiefs. Coach Driscoll was a 2-time state champion Blue Valley and a 2-time coach of the year. Each time he was so humble, so honored to represent his alma mater. As a high school player, Schottenheimer was the quarterback. He won a state title with Blue Valley as well. His widow Carrie is here, along with Eric's father, Dave, brother Jeff, and his wife. The family would please stand and come forward. Chiefs Hall of Famer, K-State All-American Gary Spaney will make our presentation this morning. This year's finalists separated by 50 miles with points in between in alphabetical order. The Chiefs recognizing him as the Missouri coach. Great Valley won for the 5th week in a row, this time without its starting quarterback. The streak grew to 6 for the 9-win Eagles. David Allen is the Driscoll finalist. Powerhouse in Mill Valley this year, beating the #1 team in Kansas Class 5A in the state title game. 10 wins this year, 3 titles on his watch. Head coach there since 2010, Joel Appleby. Ryan Long put center football back on the map. He was the Chiefs Coach of the Year in 2016. This year, center won 10 games. In 6 of those, the defense allowed 10 points or less. Ryan DeLong. Finally, our 4th coach under consideration went through an emotional season. Team undefeated in interscholastic league play, dealing with a star player being seriously injured in a car accident. From Lincoln College Prep, William Love. This year's Eric Driscoll, Coach of the Year, presented by the Chiefs, goes to William Love. In decades, reaching the district finals, 3 shutout victories in an 11-win season. First time in school history, his team won 11 games. score was 14. Congratulations.
Well, how are you? Congratulations. How cool a day is this? You have somebody here from Lincoln Prep, a couple of your players up for big awards as
Thank
well.
you. Yeah, it's easy to coach when you guys are players. So thank you to the Chiefs and the Simoni family. This is an awesome environment for high school sports.
David mentioned the emotional year you guys had success on the field. How would you characterize what all you guys went through in 2019?
It seemed like about 5 seasons in one, you know. A lot of ups and downs, but more ups and downs. So it was good to put all the wins together. Even with the kid and with an injury, the kids getting closer, pulling together, mental toughness coming through.
That blue turf looks great as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Terrific stadium out there. Right. Congratulations, Polo 2019. Coach of the Year.
In 1981, Frank Fontana celebrated one of those moments that sticks with you for a lifetime. As captain of the St. Pius football team that won the state championship. 18 years later, in his memory, the Fontana Award was established, given to the player representing excellence in the small school classes 1 through 4. If his family would please come forward with our former Fontana winners, who we enjoy seeing every year. Zach Sherman, 2004 winner from Black County. Billy Palmer, 2003 Carney, as you can always count on every year to come back and give back to the athletes that we recognize here today. Time now to meet our 5 finalists for the Frank Fontana Award, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas City, with 3 quarterbacks in contention. Starting with the junior from Lincoln Prep, he accounted for 2,600 yards of offense and 38 touchdowns, 1,500 passing with only 3 interceptions to go with 21 TDs. As a ball carrier, he added over 1,100 yards with 17 scores. Howard Brown from Lincoln Prep. He carried 11 to Tonganoxie with 259 carries, over 2,100 yards. That's more than 8 yards a pop. Over 200 yards in 7 games. 26 scores. Hoggy senior Cooper Cunningham is third finalist averaged almost 9.5 yards a carry, approaching 2,500 yards with 31 touchdowns, nearly 3,800 yards the last 2 years combined. Offensively, as a senior, he made 112 tackles with 7 sacks. Senior running back linebacker from Bonner Springs, Bryce Crum. Finalist number 4, just won a state championship. Class 3, counting a 15-0 season with Odessa. In the title game, he completed 73% of his passes, 278 yards with 4 touchdowns. And down goes Cassville, 49-28. Odessa won a state title, first time in 25 years. Joey Meyer. The final quarterback in Olathe County state championship game in Class 4. First time. Pirates won Class 3 different occasions. This junior threw for more than 2,700 yards with 22 TDs in an 11th victory season. Pirates junior, 4.1 GPA, Chris Runke. And now, the winner of the 21st Annual Frank Fontana Memorial Award, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas City, the most outstanding player in the smaller classes, senior quarterback Josie Myron from Odessa. As a junior, he took over the starting role week 7 of his freshman year and never let go. As a junior and senior combined, 68 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Popular, humble, kind of shy guy, but the cornerstone of a 16-man senior class, which is a lot for Class 3. Our Fontana winner is who wins.
All right, Josie Meyer, 55 points for you. Did you guys ever punt this year? Do you remember punt at all?
Not really, no.
Yeah. You did a couple times. A lot of fourth quarters, did you?
No, we're out by halftime, so.
Were you expect? I know you're expecting to win. Were you expecting this kind of dominance?
No, not this year. Last year I expected it, but this year it's kind of surprised me in the last year.
15-0, state champs in Missouri Class 3. What's it like in Odessa? Town still buzzing from winning that thing?
Oh, everyone's excited. I mean, all the football teams this year here. There's a little Odessa.
Yeah, little Odessa. Big things happening there. Congratulations. Josie Meyer, winner of the 28th.
All the statues and trophies stayed at the winter school for a year. So that bad boy is going to be here for a full year. Now, if you're like me, you love high school football, you've got the Preps KC app on your phone. And as soon as you type it in the search bar, computer, after PR, it goes right to it. Of course, kids, Olathe School District computers, they do that in school. Do that at home. Right? Guys, yes. School work over on those computers. The brains behind the one-stop shopping for high school football to have some special presentations from Preps KC. Here's the actors.
Well, it's time to talk about the Simoni team. This is the second year in a row Preps KC has presented this. It's been 10 years since we started Preps KC. All you all sitting up there, 10 years goes by really fast. The older you get, it goes by even faster. It seems like we were just starting this 10 years ago. Thrilled that we're here in our 10th year. Our 10th season was a great one. Thrilled that we're always a good one. Let's go ahead and start recognizing the Simoni team. When I call your name, guys, stand up and I'm going to give you your badges. Start on the offense, first team, quarterback, Jake Van Dyne. Running back, Arlen Bruce Ford. Offensive lineman, Christian Mazingo from St. Thomas Aquinas, Max McCree, Grandview senior. Sam Heck from Mill Valley Jr. And the kicker, Owen Lawson, senior from Rockford. Next up, we have the first team defense, our defensive lineman, Johnny Wilson, senior from Park Hill. Junior from Mill Valley. Marco Eady, senior from East Illinois. Dominic Davis, senior from Washington. Next up, our four linebackers, Tucker Atwell, senior from Rockridge. Kate Lyle, senior from St. James Academy. Mikey Lyle, senior from Park Hill. Our defensive backs, senior from St. Thomas Aquinas. Alan Terry, senior from Washington. Stefan Black II, senior from Blue Springs. Dante Manning, senior from Florida. 1500, Dawson Parks. On the second team, our quarterback, Josie Miraran from Odessa, senior. Athlete, Todd Black, Service Northwest Junior. Running back, Cooper Cunningham, senior from Tom Knoxville. Bryce Brown, senior from Palm Springs. Jason Miller, sophomore from Harrisonville. Next up with our receivers, David Brown, a senior from Blue Valley West. Anthony Triplett, a senior from Winnetonka. Sean Hendershot, a senior from Blue Valley. Our five offensive linemen, Brian Burns, a senior from Bishop Yates. Mario Schneider, a senior from Blue Valley. Chris Tennant, a junior from Mill Valley. Now our second team defense, four defensive linemen, Cole Sample, a senior from Tom Knoxville. Max Levine, a senior from Christian Yates. Garrett Lynn, a senior from Liberty Moore. George, a junior from Raymond Virginia. senior from Olathe. In 2019, all Simoni. Our next award are the Interscholastic League Players of the Year. We have two players from Lincoln Prep. One of the best stories this year, you saw Coach Lowe win the Coach of the Year award, is Lincoln Prep and their success. It's not easy to win in the inner city. It's not easy for these when they get out of place in public schools. But Lincoln Prep did that this year. These two players, Howard Brownlee, junior quarterback, and Jermaine Hammond. There's a lot more juniors on that team, so if you're in class 4, watch out for these guys. First class of the players of the year. Congratulations, guys.
The Lifetime Achievement Award goes to somebody I've known for a long time, since I was your age. So it's been a long time. A very long time. He's a teacher and a coach after 50 years in education. He's the only football coach ever to win state titles in both Kansas and Missouri. His first of 9 championships actually in baseball at Championship West in 1977. They had these mustard-colored uniforms. We called them the Great One. And defensive end of Kansas State. Wes Wallace didn't hire him, by the way, because his hair was too long. He got a haircut. I asked former players to tell me what made them special, and I love what Kenyon Rashid had to say. Kenyon played at Oklahoma in the NFL for the Jets and Giants. Here's part of what he said. I often wonder what path I might have taken if I'd ended up with a different high school coach. Coach was the first person that told me I would be successful at life. More than my athletic ability, talent, he instilled in me that the type of person you are will be what people remember the most. Without him, I would not be the husband, father, and man I am today. From Rockhurst High School, our Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Tony Severino.
He's not faking the limb, okay? He's got a torn Achilles. Got surgery on Monday, is that right?
Monday, surgery. I've had it since June, and I wasn't about to go through my last season with the boot and the cast, and so I went through it, and I loved every minute of it.
Well, we loved every minute of, 50 years of coaching here, and a great last season. What was that season like? Because it was an emotional ride, and a heck of a win over CBC, and a team, as always, at Rockhurst, that you got the most out of.
Yeah, it was a great last year, and I could not thank the kids enough, and the administration. But I also got to remind people that this was also my 50th wedding anniversary this year. So she, my wife, was any woman that can stay married with football coach for 50 years and said, I've got to check her out.
I was going to say, you married her the same year you married high school coaching, huh?
Well, actually, it was the year before. We just ended the 50th and started.
Okay. Baseball coach first, huh? Do you ever envision the plan to jump into football and just be this legendary coach after a few years of baseball?
Well, the baseball was always, baseball growing up was always one of my first loves. And, having started that, and the kids that played for me at West, they always remind me, Coach, that was your first title.
The first title of Midi at West, and then
Northwest, and those guys kick-started my football career.
Yeah, then over to Rockhurst, of course, as well. These Lifetime Achievement Awards usually means you're old, but you're young still. What are you talking about?
I'm a bit old, but it if all I had to do was coach on Friday night, I could go for another 10 years. But, and that isn't what the job's about. I respect all these coaches that are in here. The guy, I'm telling you guys, hang in there. The sport's going to be as good as ever, and this is the greatest game that's ever been invented for kids and for adults and for fans, and it's going to keep getting better.
All right, Tony Severino, legend, retiring. Thanks so much. Congratulations. Hey, stay away from that bonus at the end.
Can we get Marilyn to stand up? Yes, I'm sorry. We had the same home phone. Almost. For a while. He had come and going away too. Big Brian, he's their coach. Been after it every year. When he goes to Jeff this year, they give him a rocking chair with Jay's logo on it. Whatever, it's on eBay for a minute. Started and we end with the Simoni Award, which is not a mystery at this point, but we would like to know more about the other finalists. It was really an incredible group. So guys, when I say something that sounds like it might be talked about, if you stand up and be recognized. In the 10-year history of Liberty North, this quarterback led his team to the best season in program history, 11-1, undefeated till Class 6 quarterfinals. Heavily involved with single season and career records, a 64% passer with almost 2,200 yards, 21 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. Against rival Staley, 364 yards passing, including all of his starts. He threw for nearly 5,000 yards and 41 touchdowns. This leading wide receiver running back, one of the most dangerous all-purpose players in the Metro. He accounted for nearly 1,600 yards as a senior, a 3-year starter at wide receiver. This year, producing 40 catches, 853 yards, and 10 touchdowns, 25 career scores, and the threat in the run game as well. 495 rushing, 6 more TDs. Special teams, you betcha, averaging 30 yards per kick return the last 2 years. Suburban Gold Offensive Player of the Year, and a future Jayhawk, Luke Grant from Wrigley. Two-time Simoni finalist, sophomore and junior. Those 2 seasons nearly mirror images. This year, 217 carries for nearly 1,900 yards and 32 touchdowns. He averaged over 8.5 yards per carry. His team 10-0 before losing the 5A semifinals. Along the way, he had a game of 52 carries and 303 yards. 22 starts, he's run for 4,100 yards with 58 touchdowns. The EKL's Offensive Player of the Year. Tank Young is head coach. Another one of the Simoni Award winners from North that I skipped over before was the most outstanding in 2000. His name's still all over the weight room for lifting records. As a senior, North was 12-0. He ran for 2,500 yards, 49 touchdowns, 79 for his career. It might have been closer to 100, but he often took the 4th quarter off. The Eagles were so far in front. He became 5th all-time in career all-purpose NFL yards earlier this season with Philadelphia. The original tank. He went to Rolling Ridge Elementary, Oregon Trail before North. He grad Darren Sproles. Now, there's currently a Darren Sproles essay contest going on in the district where kids can write about perseverance and overcoming obstacles, grades 3 through 12. You can ask Mrs. Atherton about it in the office. She knows everything there is to know, 500 to 1,200 words, and it was kind of a nice prize, speaking of our school. One thing I love about this award in this day is it reunites all the former winners who carve out a piece of their day to be here for the next generation, for the next winner. Time to meet the Simoni Club, all considered to be the most outstanding player in the Metro when they were in high school. In 2002, he was the featured tailback at Olathe North, setting a single-season rushing record with nearly 2,800 yards and 34 touchdowns. His Eagles won state 6 times in 7 years. Simoni.
No, it is a
first Simoni winner is here from 1983, Jeff Kelser. From 1984, Grandview, we call him Dose, Sean Long is here.
Just keep going until it's
1993 winner, first is MC, is now head coach at Baker University, Jason Thorne, the Chesty Lion. 2004, former NFL tight end for Ripette, Chase Kaufman. 2005, NFL quarterback from Grandview, Josh Freeman. Going back to Nigro days, Dave Labori, 1965. Louis Nigro, 1969. 1974. I feel like I've been around Orland a lot since he was a freshman watching baseball in high school, basketball last Friday down in the South Gym. Watched that. Mr. Burke said, "This is a football game." Basketball. I don't know, football. So it was cool to see that. And of course, football. It'd be easy just to talk about wins and stats, his yards and touchdowns, but those don't even begin to describe who he is about. Arlen Bruce IV, but he's also Arlen II, always giving credit to everybody else. Even if he's the motor, he is much more than that. Here's a look back at his contribution in the storied tradition of fighting eagle. Simoni stuff, so I had to hide everything really fast. I was getting ready to go to speak for the All-11 shoot, and I noticed his hands, they look like a truck had run over. One thing that happens when got the ball held like this, we got a helmet just pounding every time.
That is one tough moment. I came up with some words that describe him way more than all the stats that you know. You know how important he was. Durable, appreciative, blessed, loyal, competitor, winner, Arthur Champion. Welcome to the club. Our 2019 Simoni winner, Arlen Bruce.
Table can stand that. It's huge. Congratulations, Arlen. What a day, what a season for you. 43 touchdowns all the way to the state champion. Just like you planned it, right?
I guess, yes, sir.
What does it mean for you to join those names up there, one of them including your father, as the great Olathe North players that won this award?
Yeah, it means a lot. To be the seventh one at Olathe North, to bring it back after 10 years, it just means a lot. All credit to those guys right there, man.
We can't tell if you're running back, quarterback, depending on the play. Which part of the game do you like better?
Sure, I prefer running back, though.
Linebacker, too?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Come back next year, too. I mean, still a lot of high school left for you. What are the goals then for 2020?
Just get further than we did last year. Kind of a pattern, quarterfinals, semifinals, state runner-up. So we're just looking to go that extra step.
One more step to go, right? All right, Arlen Bruce, I'm going to say it. Take your lap. 2019 Simoni Award winner. Nice job, my man. Where you are at this
We did go a little over. We will make some adjustments today. So at this time, I am going to release the student body to go to Eagle halftime.